Now you're going to make vows to each other in a moment. And we're all here to encourage you and admonish you that the vows you're making today will be tested in the course of time. That's an absolute given. But challenges aren't a bad thing. Just like our lives, haven't we all had a heap of problems and challenges since we were children? But the beauty of the challenges we faced is that they've built our character. And they've made us who we are. They've purified our hearts. John, if I ask you, and if I ask you, Stacy, what did you really fall in love with? Well, if you thought about it long enough, and you dissected out everything superfluous, you'll be left with one thing. That is each other's character. But the character you love didn't come during the easy times. It came during the challenges of life. So that's true in life, and John and Stacy, that's true in love. Anyone can be a fair weather lover. But only those willing to endeavor through inevitable challenges are the ones that will face the really esoteric and evolved levels of life. The three of us have a relationship in that we are sort of members of a sailing club. So we know a little bit about sailing. So I want to bring an analogy in here. We have the most beautiful ocean out here that we sail in, don't we? Well, let us picture in our mind's eye an ocean that is infinitely more beautiful than the ocean we know here in this world. That's the ocean of love. In the vessel you're sailing, that's the one we are building that vessel today. That's the marriage. The marriage is the vessel. And as co-captains, Captain John and co-captain Stacy, you're putting out to the most magical sea of all, that sea of love. But I got to tell you, you sail that sea long enough, and it's just a matter of time till that vessel starts to pitch, and it starts to roll, and you start getting a little queasy out there. We'll call it lovesick. So when the winds blow a gale and the weather gets foul in that sea, which it will from time to time, I got 3 words for you to remember. You can forget everything I said so far if you'll at least remember 3 words. I got to make it easy for you. Kind of a no-brainer. Don't jump ship. Batten down the hatches, hold fast to that helm, and stay the course. But don't ever jump ship. Because just like when I was pulling up, I was driving up, I don't know how many people had the same experience. I looked up ahead, and over these gardens was this big, huge, stormy squall, isn't it? It looked like I was thinking, oh my God, it's going to be a rain out. But as sure as it came, it disappeared. Ride out the storms. Every storm that comes disappears. The only question is who's left on board the ship. You jump ship out in that sea of love, I got to tell you, there are sharks in that sea of love. They're the sharks of a very different nature. These are the sharks. They are much more sinister than the sharks we know in our sea. They're the sharks of loneliness and despair. That's the most painful attack of all. So if you're willing to weather through whatever storms come your way, the good times, bad times, sickness, health, wealth, poverty, whatever comes before you, you stay the course. Then I can assure you nothing will come between you. And I can further promise you, John and Stacy, as incredibly sweet as your love is, it's just the beginning compared to an ocean of love that's awaiting as your love matures. And as you continue that great journey sailing in the sea of love. So having said those things, honey, I'll take your bouquet. I want you both to face each other and join hands. And as you make your sacred vows to each other, John and Stacy, I want you to open your hearts wide open and speak from your heart's innermost chambers as you repeat after me, beginning with John. I, John.
I, John.
Take you, Stacy. As my wedded wife, I promise to always love you, to remain faithful to you, and I promise to embrace every opportunity that life presents to strengthen and expand my love. Come up now with a ring. What's our ring? Henry. Yeah, perfect. You want to give the bride's ring to John. Hang out with us right here. As you put Stacy's ring upon your finger, I'd like you to say, this wedding ring symbolizes my unconditional love for you. And again, joining hands with Stacy, honey, I'd like you to repeat, I, Stacy, take you, John, as my wedded husband. I promise to always love you, to remain faithful to you, and I promise to embrace every opportunity that life presents to strengthen and expand my love. Henry, you have the rings ring. And honey, would you also say this wedding ring symbolizes my unconditional love for you? You can help her.
This is an omen.
Never coming off.
I want to add that symbolizes that teamwork symbolizes what marriage is all about. What one can't do, two can. Everyone, at this time, it is my great pleasure and honor, first, with the authority vested in me by the state of Hawaii, but most importantly, all that is divine, I now pronounce John and Stacy as husband and wife. John, please kiss the bride. Aloha!
I learned about you.